Hi, this is Lee the Locksmith, and I've been wanting to do this video for a long time now. You know, you get to be a new picker, you're seeing these videos online, some of them give you great tips and tricks. Sometimes a month later you go, oh, I wish somebody had told me that. We're going to cover a lot of ground today. We're going to go over a lot of the basics, and we're going to try to get you up to speed as fast as we can. This is a serious video. That's why I'm wearing black lipstick. Let's get to it. First of all, practice locks. You go on eBay, you order a lock set of 500 locks from China for $13. It comes with a clear practice lock. You see the pins, they're moving up and down. It's great, it's wonderful. Stuff's flying all over the place. A day later, you throw it out in the yard, the dog's playing with it. You need to get some practice locks. Go to Walmart. They sell 3 different types of locks. Brinks, Hyper Tough, Master. Okay? Brinks, right here. These are about $5.50, $6. They've got their own characteristics. We're going to go over that, okay? Hyper Tough. These are incredible practice locks because they're so goofy, especially for beginners. You can just about stick a street sign in there and open them. They've got this black stripe. They're about $4.75 a piece. Get you 2 or 3 of them, right? You hear people talk about the Master Series 3 locks, great practice locks. They've got their own characteristics on them. I would definitely recommend their tolerances are pretty bad and still yet better than the Hyper Tough lock. So get you some of these, 2 or 3 of them. You're not breaking the bank. Good. Now you've got your practice locks. Let's talk about your picks. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get real crazy here about this. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, everybody's got their favorite. The 3 I'm most familiar with are Southern, Sparrows, and Peterson. They've all got their good, bad, and ugly. Personally, I've gravitated towards the Peterson. Hint, hint, look at lock-picking lawyer videos and see what he's using, all right? The Sparrows are wonderful, wonderful picks. They're a little small for my hands. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, Petersons. All 3, the 3 picks you're going to want to get are all H1 Euro hook, okay? Thinkpeterson.com, H1 government steel Euro hooks. 3 thicknesses, black, 25 thousandths. Very common, rugged, excellent pick. Second one, my personal favorite, a little thinner, purple handle, 18 thousandths, H1 Euro hook. Third one, H1 Euro hook, blue handle, 15 thousandths. This is for the thin keyways. It'll get in there. You don't want to use this on the big keyway stuff. It's a little, maybe could be a little too warbly. But if you have these 3 picks, you can reduce some serious damage. And trust me, you will be thanking me that you started off with these 3 picks. You've got the locks. You've got the picks. We're going to talk about tension wrenches now. When you first start off, you're going to be seeing people using bottom of keyway tension wrenches. It looks like this right here. They also call it a wiper because it's actually the steel they use in wiper blades. It's very hard. And what you do is you look at your lock, see the bottom of the keyway right there? You stick your tool in there and you put your finger on it very, 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 very lightly. And then you can go in with your pick and you can start trying to feel for your pins, okay? Now, you're going to pick a bunch of locks like this. It's going to feel awkward. One thing in common of every single video I've ever seen that was 100% correct was you have got to get your practice in. An hour a night, 2 hours a night, when I'm sitting watching TV, instead of having 4 or 5 cocktails and half a bag of pretzels and chips, I'm grabbing locks. I'm grabbing my practice locks. No substitute for practice. We're going to get into that. You're going to start off with bottom of keyway tension. You're going to work through that. You're going to pop some locks. You're going to be able to pick some stuff, 2 or 3 locks at a time. Other times, you're not even going to be able to pick your nose. Anyway, you're going to progress from there pretty quick. And when you do, you're going to start seeing online videos where they're doing top of keyway tension. And that's where you want to be. Now, this is what that guy looks like right here. The 2 most common sizes that I use is a 50 thousandths and a 40 thousandths. The 50 thousandths is a little thicker, obviously. You can use in some of the padlocks. A lot of times, even on like these hyper tough locks, They're a little thinner at the top of the keyway. The 40 thousandths goes right in there. How do you set it in there? Look at your hand. See this, like this, right here? Okay, take your lock, put it right in just like that, okay? Take your tension wrench, put it right in the top of that slot, and just lay your finger over the top of it. You're going to say, well, that's real easy. Well, guess what? It's going to feel really funky. It's going to be very awkward. You're not going to dig it. You're going to be like, I can't do this. Yes, you can. And you use really light tension on this most of the time, but you will be pulsing it from time to time. And the reason you're going to want to do this, use top of keyway tension, is because once you do this, it frees up all this bottom space in the lock for you to use, okay? Now that we've gotten our tension tools, our locks, and our picks, now I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to put my hand right here. I'm going to put my pick right here. See this? And I'm going to lay my thumb right over the top of it. There it is, folks. Okay? Watch this. See how I move my thumb back and forth? See how I can move this in and out? Ultra control. Now, when it comes down to it, in reality, when you see me picking locks, I'll actually curl my fingers up just a little bit, okay? When I'm lifting my pins, I'm not using my finger as a fulcrum. I'm not pressing up on it. I'm using the bottom of the lock to do that, okay? This gives you great feel of the pins and what you're doing. This gives me great control right here. People, you need to do this. Now, that being said, we're going to talk about the next thing. You've got the picks, you've got the feel, you've got the locks. Now, let me tell you something. The biggest by far mistake that beginners make is they overset the pins. In here, you have the pins. You've seen all the videos, so I'm not going to get into all that goofy stuff. The top of the part inside this lock that has the pins is called the Bible. What a lot of people forget is that Bible in there it's that big, and it's got 4 pins in it. So when you're taking, let me get my little pick here. So when you're moving your pin in here, you are making small movements. You start getting around and digging for oil and all that kind of stuff, you are going to overset your pins. There's 3 sets of your pins. The way that the pins go down here, there's 3 conditions that you will get. One is called an unset pin. That means it's just like this. It's just springy. It's moving around. You can move it up and down. No tension tool. You have a set pin. That means when you go in and you touch that and you get that little click, click, you're putting it up on the shear line. You get all of them on the shear line, the core is going to turn, the lock's going to open. Then there's 3. You push it up too far and you're overset, which means you push the key pins all the way up past the core and the lock's going to bind. It'll never open. You're going to be frustrated. You're, it's going to really cut down on your frequency of popping these things. So again, the difference between set and overset a lot of times has to do with your tension tool, how much tension you put on there. And that's where we get into the 3 different types of locks. We're going to get into that right now. So let's start with our, let's see here. We're going to start with a Hyper Tough lock. And these things are nutty, man. The tolerances of them are goofy. Sometimes 1, 2, 3 pins will set it off. Sometimes none will. I'm going to take and put my top of keyway tension in here. I'm going to take my Peterson 18 thousandths and I'm going to put it right underneath this top of keyway wrench, the tip of it. And when I get on the other side of it, I'm going to be feeling pin number 1 right there. And I'm going to see if it's springing or not. I'm going to move it. And it feels springy. So I just nudge the tip forward and I bump right into pin number 2. Try to lift it. Nudge. Nothing. 1 is nothing. 2 doesn't want to cooperate. Move on to 3. 3, bind. Won't even let me move the pin. That's how goofy these things are. 4, doesn't want to let. So sometimes like that, it'll be sometimes everything's right on the shear line and it's just ready to go. So I move my pick back to pin number 1, touch it, and Let's see if we get lucky. And there it is. See that? It's just, that's how weird these tolerances are. I'm going to close this thing again and do this real quick for you. So if I can give you maybe a little bit better example. But again, I'm going to go in here. I always look for my reference point, pin number 1. So I get on the other side of the keyway wrench. I'm feeling for number 1. Is it springy or can I set it? Little click. Now I just scoot that tip of that pick forward and slam right into pin number 2. Tip down, come underneath it, and try to set it. And boom, again, see that? Sometimes these things will open with just 1 or 2. So that's what makes these things kind of amusing, because these are crackerjacks. You don't even know what you're going to get with these locks. Get some of these and just amuse yourself, have fun. Your friends are going to think that you're just sliced bread, man. You're going to be killing these things. Okay. Next lock is the Brinks lock. Now, these are my favorite. I love these locks, and I'm going to tell you why. You talk about Cracker Jacks, man, you know, never, these things, it's not just that the tolerances are so goofy. These things will show you, you're going to learn down the line that when you start doing security locks that have spools and serrated pins in them and stuff, you're going to get what's called a false set. So you're going to start popping pins, and all of a sudden your core is going to start turning and stop, and you're going to think that the lock's ready to pop. It's not. It's hung up on a type of a spool pin in there. You have to find another pin, put pressure on it, the tension wrench comes the other way, then it pops and it's open. It's called a false set. These definitely do not have security pins, but the tolerances sometimes are goofy depending on what lock you get off the shelf. These things will act like false sets, and this is one of them. So I'm going to take a small pause in between this when I say here we go, because I'm going to try to make this do that so I can show you exactly. So here we go, small pause. All right, in we go. These things are a blast. Now, normally I've already decoded this, and I know that if I pick 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that order, that's the binding order to get the pins, this thing's going to open up. Sometimes 3 and 4 will get confused and it'll go into a false set. Watch this, what happens. Little click on 1. Little click on 2. Scoot forward, there's 3. Little click on 3. And look how much the tension wrench actually just moved. It was a small false set. Now we go to 4, and look, it's pushing, it's pushing my tension wrench back. Ooh, I might have screwed myself. I had it. Oh, it was a perfect example. It let me click on 4 and open it up, but it was doing a false set, and it was going to do that. I'm going to do that one more time, okay? These locks are so much fun. I absolutely adore these little Brinks locks. I don't know. Fun is where you find it. Here we go. You got to get the tension just about right. Go up there. Little click on 1. Little click on 2. Little click on 3. And there's your false set. Now watch, the wrench is going to come back when I start moving 4. See, it clicked? And then it opened. Now that is some fun stuff, folks. I mean, I'm going to admit, man, that gets me excited. We're done. On to the master locks. Now, look, you can get, you can have some fun playing around with these the Brinks are, decent enough. They're just fun. And of course, the Hyper Tough are just plain goofy. Use that to impress your friends. The master locks are like, they're great practice locks and they're easy to pick and stuff, right? But they will kick your butt, I mean, a little bit as a beginner. And I'm going to show you the one thing that I found about these things. So I'm going to get here, I'm going to put in my wrench. Again, this is a 40 thousandths top of keyway wrench. This is a Master Series 3 lock, and this is a 18 thousandths Peterson Euro hook. Now, again, I'm going to take a small pause because if I screw this up, I don't want to waste you guys' time. And last but not least, we're going to do the master lock. So top of keyway, we're going to come in here. We're going to go right along the bottom. We're going to try to listen for just some tiny little clicks, okay? Not giving me anything, so a little bit harder tension. Click on 1, maybe on 2. I think I overset it. And then you're dead in the water, just like that. Click on 3, click on 4. Sometimes it'll be a little forgiving. Click on 2, back on out to 1, and there it is. See, so they have their own feel. You've got to be a lot more gentle when you're doing these master locks, folks. So I would work my way. I'd start with the Hyper Tough lock. I'd go right to the Brinks locks, have a ton of fun, start playing with the master locks. Down the line, you're going to want to join the American Lock Series 1100 Club. They got the security pins and all that. Folks, don't take the fun out of it. Do this for about 2 months. Put your time in. Listen, this is going to sound funky, I'm telling you. After your first 50 locks or so, you're going to feel, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself. You're going to know a lot more than you did, especially holding the wrenches and stuff like that, right? You'll be buying a few more practice locks. You're getting excited. Okay, but when you pick your first 200 locks and start going over these things, okay, you're really going to get your confidence level up. And that's where you need to be with this thing. Always keep it fun. Always keep practicing. There's a ton of YouTube videos out there, but I wanted to show you some of the basics. And some of the basics are, you're going to overset your pins a lot. The tension wrenches are going to feel funky a lot. Keep practicing. If your hands get tired or you just get damn pissed off, put the lock back down, go get yourself an ice cream or something. Come back to it, practice a little more. This is Lee the Locksmith. I hope I've showed you a couple little tips and tricks here to help you along your way. Have a great day and God bless.